A college degree has been viewed as something that betters the life of an individual, and because of tuition hikes, students are being forced into debt in order to acquire a diploma, which is commonly deemed a prerequisite for most careers. The average student higher education loan is acquired from either a private or direct federal loan program, both of which have not offered much in the area of student loan forgiveness. Combining the lack of debt forgiveness with the increasing number of students in debt creates the major need for debt restructuring. Last year alone, $177 billion was borrowed solely in federal student loans, and according to the Huffington Post, as of March of this year, student debt has increased by 148% overall since the beginning of 2005. The student loan debt has hit the $1 trillion mark, which exceeds the total credit card debt, and without implementing a solution, the debt could continue to rise. H.R. 4170, otherwise known as the Student Loan Forgiveness Act of 2012, is a proposed bill that would create a new 1010 program for student loan forgiveness. The goal, as stated in the bill itself, is to increase purchasing power, strengthen economic recovery, and restore fairness in financing higher education in the United States through student loan forgiveness, caps on interest rates on federal student loans, and refinancing opportunities for private borrowers and for other purposes. This is the way the bill would work. The borrower would pay 10% of their discretionary income for 10 years, and after those 10 years, the remaining debt would be forgiven. Each year, their income would be reevaluated and the 10% recalculated. There would be no cap on the maximum amount of forgiveness for borrowers that are currently in repayment or in school. However, new borrowers would have a maximum forgiveness of $45,520. For all borrowers, a permanent cap of 3.4% would be placed on the subsidized federal student loan interest rate, which is about half of the current interest rate for student loans. H.R. 4170 would give assistance to those who have both private and federal loans, which is not something that is included in the income-based repayment program. The bill would allow for current borrowers to change their private loan debts into federal direct loans, and from there, they could enlist in the 1010 program. This change is a benefit because private student loans do not have the deferment options and income-based repayment plans that federal loans have. Many private loans, which come from banks or other lenders, have a lower interest rate than federal loans. However, these rates are not fixed and are likely to rise before the loan is repaid. The repayment plans for private loans vary and could be considered in default after 1 month of missed payments. This differs from the 9 months of missed payments that most federal student loans allow before they consider the loan to be in default. Missing payments can raise interest rates and increase the overall total debt. In turn, this will hurt credit scores, which will make it more difficult to acquire loans in the future. The combination of the new 1010 program and the allowance of student loans to be changed from private to federal would have an immensely positive effect on the economy. The money that people are currently putting towards paying off their debts would be focused more towards buying homes, cars, or starting businesses, all of which would help to stimulate the currently downtrodden economy. To date, this bill has been signed to the Congressional Committee and is awaiting consideration. It currently has 21 co-sponsors and has already reached over 1 million public supporters. If you agree with this bill and want to encourage Congress to enact it, then sign the petition and make your opinion count at electedface.com.